One.
Or not restart.
Oh my goodness, that was a quick start, but welcome in. Hello. I'm back. I'm sorry I missed.
He's
I
not.
apologize. I know the main reason people watch this is for my obviously good intel, considering I have the best record of the three of us. But I'm back. Don't worry. I'm here.
A
As
blatant
always,
lie. A blatant lie.
The best record of the three of us is not a blatant lie anymore, my friends.
Oh, I thought you were talking about us picking games. I was like,
No,
I am
screw
ahead.
that. I'm talking the real fantasy.
When he's right, he's right.
Here as always with Mr. Blake Brooks, co-commissioner, co-host. Blake, how are you doing?
Good. Got the whole squad back. Feels good. The energy's high.
We are back at full strength today. Garrett, now that you finally got that shock and awe face off, how are you today?
We were just being so friendly, and then you just come out like... So that was evil, dude.
I have been struggling all year, okay? And it feels good to have a chance. I'll just say to have a chance.
I'm honestly really conflicted because at one side I'm like, how the hell did we let Caleb come back from being like last place to second place in the division? On the other hand, it's pretty awesome, and I'm very proud of you.
It's
there
it's go. A very nice.
You deserve some praise because that was tough.
It's a beautiful.
I would have given it if I were you.
Thank you.
Like the fact I had discounted you out of the actual contention when you were 0-4, and I was like, all right, well, Caleb's season's over. But
it was 1-3. Correction.
Okay.
Yeah, I think week 2 is when I counted you out.
I was like 0-2, I think, because I know I was 1-3, and then I lost, went to 1-4 actually, and then I have won since then. You'll see, one game away from the division sweep of the other division.
Well, do you guys wanna start this off maybe with some? We could go to some waiver moves since it's Wednesday. Maybe make it a little juicy at the beginning.
Sure.
I feel like that would be fun. Kind of add some flavor to the recap, you know.
I mean, we have like a schedule, and you're just like throwing it off. So yeah, let's go.
The viewers gotta be on their toes.
Yeah, but I already had the games pulled up, so now I got to figure out how to get to this.
Well,
can we just do the schedule?
All right. Let's go back. You're right. Sorry,
I got to go back.
Sorry, boys. Whose game do you want to start with?
We do mine because it's just get out of the way.
All right. Yeah.
I'm going to be in a bad mood until we talk about it.
This was the biggest blowout of the week. Yeah. Not by much, though, to be fair. There was another game that was this was 56. There was another game that was like 52. But yeah, this was a rough game, Garrett. I'm sorry.
I mean, Garrett, had you have scored, I guess, like a decent amount even, that would have been tough to overcome. I'm just saying. 142 is a high score.
There is something to say that maybe it's good I had my worst week against
a solid week.
A really, really good week. Because there's nothing even if all my players did pretty good, I don't think I can do 142. Now, all my players did really bad, and I had a terrible, terrible week, my worst week, but I don't know.
That's all right,
Allen made some weird mistakes. My running backs are just really worrying me. There's not really anything else.
Yeah, I mean, got to give it to Philly. His team had itself a week. A 142 is nothing to sneeze at.
No, that is 142 is a solid week. His team snapped off, but I agree with you, Garrett. I'd rather lose like this than lose by like a point or 2 or 3 or whatever. You know,
you can at least remove yourself from the game like early. You're not like, okay, I'm stressing out this entire weekend.
Josh Allen still played. He had like his worst week at 21. Like, dear God.
Yeah, I mean,
the rest of the team
the running back situation. Yep, I think that's what got Garrett. But I don't think they would have made up 56 points. So,
I mean, Kamara's done that in a week before.
That is true. You are right.
By himself. But Philly's team, let me tell you something. Philly's team, the fact that Kareem Hunt is basically not a part of that offense anymore. Like Chubb was already good, but that just makes him that much better. I feel like he didn't have a great week. But Dalvin Cook being back at full health, and then the fact that Jeff Wilson got traded is helping his team so freaking much. And I hate it.
Because he's the man in Miami. The man.
Yeah. Philly has miraculously made a pretty scary looking team, in my opinion.
Yeah. Brandon Ayuk just coming out of nowhere, being consistently putting up double digits. That's I did not expect that when I traded him to him.
I know it's a long shot. No one will believe me, but I think the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl this year. I'm convinced of it.
The Niners?
Yeah. Think about it. They already have very, very good defense.
They ain't getting past the Giants.
On offense, they have Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, McCaffrey. Elijah Mitchell just came back. He's a good running back.
They're definitely contenders.
They scare me.
They're contenders. But not to linger. There was a split here, I think. Yep. Caleb and myself, we picked Garrett, and that backfired on us. So
Garrett, you made the right pick.
You sure did.
Why'd you pick me? Don't ever pick me.
And then Steven also picked Philly. So.
Oh yeah, Steve got picks this week. I forget.
So it's 1 for Steve.
He's 100% in the show.
Let's go hop over to. I guess let's go to the other one that's a really big split. So Travis and Grayson, we can kind of.
Well, there's a few blowouts.
Actually, there's a lot of blowouts.
I think let's do all the blowouts and then the close.
There's only one close game, really.
And then the one that holy shit.
Yeah, there's some fuckery in the Quan Austin game.
Yeah. So now what? Travis and Grayson, right?
I don't even want to talk about Travis's team. It's just trash.
I will give him a little bit of credit for the fact he picked up Hubbard, who everything I heard, I didn't really believe it just because Deontay Foreman had such a good game against Atlanta a couple weeks ago. But everything I read was saying, get Hubbard. He's going to be the starter, blah, 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 whatever. Obviously, that did not happen. But at least he's it lets me know he's paying attention and he's at least trying to put the team
together.
That's
the sad thing. He's trying. And this is how bad his team is. But I will say he sucks. Najee's been awful. Keenan Allen has not played but 2 games.
Yeah.
And then I traded Mike Williams, and he's also stopped playing.
And Melvin's not really done anything. He had 10 this week, actually, which isn't awful, but.
I still think we're spending too much time on this game because
you're right.
Well, can we flip over to the fact that I believe Grayson has established himself a tier above Travis and Quan?
I agree.
He's not the worst.
Quan got to win this week too, man.
Yeah, but Grayson's put together some respectable weeks. His scores have been 120 and above.
I am pretty sure that I looked, and I think Grayson has actually outscored me on the year.
I also think that your team is bad too, Cal.
Well, some of us are above 5 or 6 and 4 right now. But anyway, we'll get to that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, and that's with Jamar Chase on his bench.
Yeah, I think Grayson actually has a decent team. I think he just ran into some unfortunate luck and then had bad weeks at bad times because his team's better than 3 and 7.
I agree.
But Travis's team, I cannot believe he even won a game. Who did he beat?
I will just say Travis's team is overperforming at 1-9.
That's actually true.
Who did he beat? I can't remember.
I think he beat Quan. I hate to call the guy out like that, but I think he'd be Quan.
Well, I will let you guys know we all picked the right one here.
Whew, I was sweating that one.
Hey, I flipped a coin for that, or I rolled a die for that one.
Oh, you rolled a die.
Steve is 100% on his 6 picks so far.
So am I so far.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump over to, I guess, Nellis and Steve.
Yeah.
That's the second farthest one apart. I mean, just another Steve performance. 93 is about his average.
Yeah, he has been hitting them 90s pretty consistently.
Except when he played me. Had a nice 120, and that makes me really annoyed. But that's how it goes. Justin
Nellis's
Fields.
team, obviously. Yeah, Fields is going to help his team. I mean, Fields is his team right now. Fields and McCaffrey.
Fields is a point machine, so I do think that's actually really irritating because Steve's team has been terrible, but he has a good record, and
now he has
the way Fields. Fields is just going to score points. So he's been in a pretty good position for the rest of the year, I think.
I'm curious though, because now Steve lost Khalil Herbert, which might actually help David Montgomery.
Yeah,
and
he also lost
Rashad
Jerry
White.
Jeudy.
Yeah, I tried.
And Dallas Goedert. He lost him too.
Oh, you're right.
Goddard. Yeah.
So he's got some things to figure out, doesn't he?
I agree that Herbert being hurt helps Montgomery, but Fields running the ball so much, Montgomery's irrelevant. Fields is their best runner.
I wouldn't touch a Bears running back with a 100-foot pole.
Well, it's because
not now.
Justin Fields is rushing for like 150 yards a game.
Yeah,
it's
not
wild
bad for a running back.
No, call him Lamar 2020. And yeah, I mean, Steve's got some shining pieces, but overall, he's just struggling.
Well, Dallas Goedert was a shining piece, and he lost him. But yeah. Chris, I think he's had a good team all year.
Yeah,
and he's 7-3.
Very well-rounded, and that Kenneth Walker has been churning points out. I have sent Nellis like 3 or 4 trades and gotten absolutely no response.
If I was Nellis, I wouldn't trade a single person. He's got one of the best teams. Like, why?
Yeah, why? His team's fine. There's really no. I mean, him having Travis Kelce is probably one of the reasons why his team is so good, because that's really annoying.
Yeah,
it's 20 points a game, pretty much. And yeah, Jonathan Taylor
came back and finally had a game.
That's also really annoying.
I mean, Herbert's been kind of a rough patch for him. It's been one of his weaker players.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird to say, but it's true. But then again, like, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams have been dead for half the year.
Yeah.
And Herbert also got busted in at the very beginning. Like, broke his rib, remember?
Yes, I do. Yeah, the Chargers have been hurt all year.
And he pulled off an impressive win with his best player on bye. Like, he has Justin Tucker coming back this week, bye. And he's going to be unstoppable.
Game over. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, no more 5-pointers from Santos.
Let's
see. Let's see how
bounce over to the Glizzy Guzzlers.
Yeah. Let me update this thing real quick. Caleb and Steven picked the Steve. So Steve lost his 100%. And then Garrett, we picked right. Let me tell you.
Hey, I'm 100% on this week.
You are. You're making a comeback.
Did you pick Blake or Ethan?
I picked Ethan.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, the dice picked Ethan.
Right. So, sorry.
Yeah. I had a rough week. Like, Cordero, that was a Thursday night game. He returned more punts than had carries.
Yeah.
What is this?
I didn't watch the game at all.
I did. But I was so mad.
I had a bet for him and Foreman to score a touchdown, and Foreman did his part. So what the fuck?
It wasn't Cordero's fault. It's their coach's fault.
Call your boy up.
I would. I want to. I need him. But yeah, like I was watching the game and he had 5 or 6 punt returns and he had like 5 carries. I was like, what is going on?
It makes me wonder if maybe he's kind of hurt and they're not saying it because he had, like, last week he had a big game, right?
Yeah, he had 22 points the game before, which is like shocking that he follows it up with 5 carries. And 3 of his points came from return yards. He had 2 25-yard returns.
Yeah, I don't know. That's shocking.
Sorry, I'm off my pedestal there. Yeah, I mean, like, my team just sucked ass. Debo got 6. Ertz got hurt, like, the first catch he had in the game.
Yeah.
2 of your best players were on bye, though. So
yeah, Joe Mixon and Lamar were on byes, and
you got to expect lost.
I will say Kadarius Toney's looking like he's going to be a centerpiece of that Chiefs offense, and I like it a lot. But you never know. It's week to week with the Chiefs.
I don't. Well, A, they played Jacksonville, and B, he scored a touchdown, his first touchdown ever, because he didn't get tackled at all. He literally walked into the end zone. He hopped into the end zone.
He hurt himself.
So that guy takes about 4 tackles and he's dead. So
yeah, but I mean, it gives me hope because it's like it shows that Mahomes likes looking at him. But that doesn't matter. Didn't save me.
It did not. No.
Ethan was at my house with Garrett watching this game, and man, Josh Jacobs,
Big E was in town.
He's been in town.
He's in town, dude.
Oh, I didn't know that. Nice.
So DeAndre Hopkins and Josh Jacobs played the 3:30 games, and every time it was showing the game, it's either Josh Jacobs catching a pass, running the ball for like 10 yards, or DeAndre Hopkins catching it. And I was like, I can't. When Garrett and Hannah and Ethan left, I turned the games off because I was getting so upset.
I'm done with this.
I couldn't watch it. I was getting mad. And then
I get it. We said it to Ethan many times. Bad vibes.
And Ethan was like cheering. Ethan was doing the unthinkable, cheering for injuries.
He wasn't cheering for him, but he was predicting them. He was like, I think this guy's about to get hurt.
And all these guys happen to be on Blake's team.
He might have said it about Zach Ertz. I don't know. But I know last week when I played him, he said it about Josh Allen.
Ethan T.E. Reaper? The T.E. Reaper?
He's just bad vibes. Bad vibes.
It makes me mad because, like, it was one of those weeks where I left a lot of points on the bench, too. But, like, I mean, I wouldn't have started any of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Which one of these close games should we talk about?
Go to mine.
We all picked Ethan, by the way.
Yeah. That was it. Yeah.
Hey, still 100%?
Go to my game so we can save the other one for last because that was the game of the week.
There was a game of the week.
Mine, to be fair, I was sweating bullets on Monday night. Thank God I was, out drinking at the listening room, not watching the game.
Man, CD Lamb, that dude ruined my bet. I left that game because it was part of the 3 o'clock games. And I was like, okay, Cowboys are up by 2 touchdowns. There's 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. No way the Green Bay Packers come back. And they did. And it ruined my night even more after Ethan ruining my night.
CD, he's the only reason I even had a chance, and let alone won this week. Like
that's 38 points right there.
If you take 15 away from that, that's
still
23.
Yeah,
that's
still a
really good week.
And I would have lost.
You would have lost.
But that's what it literally. And what was funny is I was at a friend's house watching the games, and we had the Green Bay Dallas game on, and like right before he scored the first touchdown, was like a 20-something yarder. I think I'm like, this is a good time for a CD touchdown. Boom, touchdown, hype. And then the Packers like kind of start their comeback, but it wasn't like the full-on comeback in like the third quarter, I think. And I literally like the Packers score touchdown. I'm like, this is a good time for CD to get another touchdown. And then boom, another touchdown. And I was like, I'm not saying it anymore. I'm not jinxing it. I'm not overdoing it. He's getting me 30 plus. I'm happy.
I would have kept doing it.
Yeah, I would have kept going.
But can we
save those for another week?
Can we all say the best player on Caleb's team showed up? He won the Giants the game.
Graham Gano.
Gano loves them hoes.
I will
hit his projection though. So
I will say, if you notice, Nick Folk was on bye on my bench.
Yeah,
and I was planning. Literally last week I picked up Folk because Gano was on bye, and this week I kept Folk while he was on bye and played Gano, and I had to pick which kicker to keep.
Man, Nick Folk, he's had 3 great games, an 18, a 21, and a 17. That's wild.
Yeah, and then he's had other games where it's like 2, 1.
I'd take a 1 or 2 week for some 21ers.
I kept Gano.
Gano is consistent. He's going to.
Gano's had an 8, a 9, a 10, 11, a 12, and a 13, I think. Like, he is average right there all the time.
Yeah, I mean, this was one of his lower weeks, and that's 7. 7's not really bad from a kicker.
Yeah. He's
I
very
think
constant.
it's wild that Derrick Henry was projected that many points against
a good defense.
Like, the Broncos have a really good defense.
Yeah.
And they showed it because they stopped Derrick Henry. But, 8 points isn't great, but 17 points projected against them is just kind of wild to me.
Yeah, I thought Henry would do better, obviously, but I didn't think he was going to have a big game. I was 12, 13, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. Hey, he did enough for you to win.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb, this was a big win for you, man. Hard
Ramondre
team.
was on bye.
Yeah, you survived a bye. And
Dante Foreman is like the pickup of a lifetime for me.
He's been good.
It was a good pickup because Philip doesn't have a bad team. Philip's pretty good. So
yeah, I was going into Monday night, me having a defense and him having AJ Brown, and I was only up 7 points. I was nervous, but thank God AJ Brown decided not to play football this week.
The fact that happened is pretty wild, but
all right.
We picked. It was a split decision. Steve and me picked Philip, and you two picked Kale. So congrats.
100%, baby.
But yeah, this game.
There's no way you called this game. No way the dice called this game.
I have no idea. I honestly have no idea.
So close. You flew too close to the sun. Yeah, so for the viewers that don't know, Austin was tied at one point with seconds in the game left. Devontae Smith, they start doing the what do you call it? The last play of the game where they're throwing the ball laterally, throws it backwards, and I guess they count it for negative. Was it passing or rushing yards or something? And he went from 16 to points, or 16 to 10 or
11.
whatever he had.
Or 12. I don't know. He lost 5 points apparently on the game.
Because it would be considered a lost fumble, and then it went back 20 yards. So
that's what I did not see the play, but I read they counted him as losing 22 receiving yards and also fumbling and losing the fumble, which altogether is -5 points.
Anything, even if he would have fumbled it, it still would have lost Austin the game. But
yes,
that sucks because you think you have it tied up, and I think he would have won the tie.
His bench outscored. Yeah, I remember counting it whenever I was looking at it the next day. His bench would have won.
But that would be
I'm
enough
not gonna lie
to make me quit.
I said it earlier, but if that had happened to me, I would. I mean, obviously, I'm contemplating quitting right now because my team's so bad. But I would. It might be Suey season, boys.
Suey season, jeez.
That's so. I get what you mean. Your team's not bad, but you have that mindset of your team being bad, and you want to quit for the season. That's something that might make me quit fantasy football forever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think I said earlier that if that happened to me, and then also if I lose again this week, I would take a break from football for about 9 months.
For a season.
Well, until next season, yeah, I would just be done with football. I think I would just be oh, is the Super Bowl on? Oh, okay.
Oh, casual.
Yeah, turn into one of those people that's probably happier than me, because they don't obsess over this.
They don't know the joy.
I know,
but they don't know the pain right now. I'm on a 2-week losing streak, and also I have to cheer for the Denver Broncos.
Can we? I'm going to ride that thought for a second, by the way, because Garrett, I know the pain because at the beginning of this season, I was 1-4, and my Patriots were 2-3, and it looked awful. And as it sits right now, I'm in the playoffs at 6-4, and the Patriots are technically the 7th seed in the playoffs at 5-4. This season has turned into beauty for me. I'm just happy that we got chances here. That's all I want.
Yeah, as you say that in a fucking Duke shirt, you piece of shit.
Duke took an L last night to Kansas. Very upsetting.
Kansas.
Did the little baby blue boys lose to Kansas?
I was very upset, but it's all right. I'm not worried about it. It's football season, okay?
Yeah,
basketball doesn't really matter until
Christmas.
February.
Well,
not even Christmas, because NFL on Christmas, baby.
That's right.
Caleb and Garrett, you guys picked wrong here.
I don't want to skip over the fact Justin Jefferson had 35 great games. That catch was better than Odell's, and it did not get that much credit for it because it was not on prime time. That catch is like the best catch I've ever seen.
I think because he intercepted it from the defender.
Yes.
If the defender hadn't caught the ball, I don't know if Jefferson holds onto the ball, because it was like going towards the ground in some magic, some black sorcery.
Like that?
No, I don't mean that in a racial way, by the way, but some sort of something bad happened, some devil stuff, and it just didn't touch the ground. It was
soul to soul,
insane to watch.
Yeah, that was an amazing catch.
And I was having a bad week at that point, and then I watched that, and I was like, that is why I watch football, for things like that. So I could just watch that in slow motion over and over again, because I'd seen the play like 5 times already, and every time I saw the play again, I was just expecting to see like the ball just touch the ground somewhere.
Yeah.
And it just didn't. It was insane.
Yeah.
It was impressive.
That catch was wild.
So I do agree with you. That's like the best catch I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, I really hate to say this.
If you say the helmet catch, I swear to God.
No, it's not. It's not the helmet catch. It's another. It's a catch that you'll actually really like.
Edelman.
It was a freaking Julian Edelman catch against
the catch was
fucking
amazing.
Falcons in the Super Bowl, where Julian Edelman is the most annoying person to ever watch play football, because he's because he just like is so scrappy, and he'll just like come up bleeding and stuff.
He plays hard. Played hard.
He's tough, and he's really handsome, and he's really good.
And now he's got phone commercials.
And he made this stupid catch in the Super Bowl, and that was probably the best catch because that was in the Super Bowl. But
that's obviously my favorite catch for obvious reasons. But the best catch I've ever, like, just catch wise seen is definitely, I think, the Jefferson catch. I think it tops the Odell catch, which is also an amazing catch. But
I think this catch goes kind of with the helmet catch, though, because I do think there's a little bit of luck with it. Because like the Odell catch and the Edelman catch were just like solo, like just
sheer willpower, sheer strength.
Yeah,
amazing, just like hand-eye coordination.
Well, like, I mean, one-handed catches have become so. I mean, they're not like normal, but like they're more common, and people are like,
"Oh, this was a three-handed catch," from what I remember.
Well, I'm saying for like Odell and like other people,
but they don't happen like with Odell or with the Jefferson one, like with defenders right. Like, it's pretty casual to see a one-handed catch in a game whenever you're kind of open and the throw's a little off. But like, with those situations, it's just like, I don't understand. Oh shit!
And as someone who has 2
falling apart over here,
Vikings offensive players that aren't named Justin Jefferson, that game was a little irritating to watch.
That's fair.
Hawkinson.
Also, I know I have Hawkinson every time I see the Lions play. I'm like, oh, Hawkinson. And whenever the Vikings play, like my tight end being in play is the last thing on my mind whenever I see the Vikings play.
Yeah.
But every time I see those stupid blue and silver helmets, I'm like, Hawkinson, baby.
All right, let's get off our rampage here, and let's get over to what you want to jump into the waivers for a quick minute.
Yeah, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, let's knock some waivers out. That way we can spend all the time we want on the projections. I mean, first things first, Garrett and me made a trade again, similar to our early season trade, running back for tight end.
Yeah, you've literally done this twice now.
This didn't work out for either of us the first time.
It did work out for me for a while, and then it didn't.
And where are you now?
in the same position.
Okay, so it didn't work out for either of us.
That's a fair assessment.
I think it's a pretty even trade. Garrett needed a running back. I need a tight end.
I vetoed it just because I like vetoing your guys' trades, but yeah.
I said,
Yeah,
I bet Ethan, because there was 2 vetoes, and I was like, it was probably either Ethan and Caleb or Ethan. I was like, Ethan had to have been one of them. And
Why
I
do you
said
think
it was
Ethan? I don't think Ethan would have. I don't think Ethan cares at all about these.
Yeah. Ethan lets us peasants trade as we want. He knows he's
Caleb
gonna win.
was like, I know Caleb vetoed this. I know it was Caleb.
Yeah, it was just for fun though. There's nothing wrong with the trade.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Just out of spite. I think this gives Garrett like a starting flex player or running back 2, and then it literally gives me a tight end to play.
That's in my opinion why I don't really care. I just vetoed it for fun. Is I didn't think it was going to get vetoed. I think it's like you needed a tight end. You have one that you can start and is like a normal tight end who's going to get a few points every game and then maybe catch a touchdown and get like 10 or 11 for the most part. And then
with Cooper
Garrett
Kupp
has,
out, that's why I went with the Higbee choice.
Yes, and that is fair. That is fair, but I also the Rams offense is just rough right now.
It's abysmal.
He does get targeted a lot, and then Garrett needs some running back help, and maybe Robinson could be that. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just taking shots in the dark right now. I'm desperate.
Yeah. So that happened. Trades are always fun. I think I've been trading up a storm this year. Not that it's helped me. Caleb got Deshaun Watson. I had him queued up, but then the debacle I was explaining with Philip ruined it because I was going to drop Zach Ertz for Deshaun Watson. But yeah. I only bet $1 as well, so I don't know if you would have gotten him first or me.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I already have 2 quarterbacks. I'm now part of the 3 QB club. Who knew?
Not me.
All this shit talk. And I'm probably keeping all 3 of them until the end of the year. It's mainly because I'm hoping he comes back and he's still Deshaun Watson and he has a very nice playoff schedule. So if I'm there, I'll probably start him there.
That's
fair. I only have like $14 or $13 left. So I had to pick him up like now, not when he was about to come back.
Having 3 quarterbacks is so fucking stupid. That's dumb.
It is, but
that's like
what do you
not
want
quite as dumb as having.
It's nowhere near as dumb as having 3 defensive. Nowhere near.
Listen, it's done. Anyway, Steven got the man everyone probably was put a little bit on. I put 16 on him, so he outbid me.
And who?
Was Watson.
Yeah, because I'm facing Philly next week, and he has Aaron Rodgers, and I think he's playing him. And I was going to.
2 is on. No, I don't know if he's on Byron on next week, actually. But
I was going to try to play the cards as in like countering him, but was beaten to the punch.
Did you bid on Watson, Garrett?
I think I put like a small bid, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Well, nothing close to $19.
Yeah, I don't even have $19. First of all, and second
of all, I think I have $165.
Yeah, you have a lot of money. I do know that. I know me and Philly are like scraping the barrel with our last few dollars. Blake's got.
I got like 70.
Yeah, he's got like 70, which is definitely enough to make it through the rest of the season, I feel like. And then most of the other people are high up there. But I did not bet on Watson at all, mainly because
I bid on a lot of people. It's just
just not winning them.
Not enough,
Yeah.
I'm still worried. Like every time, this is probably why I have so much money, and I don't get anyone that I bid on. But every time I'm bidding, I'm like, ooh, but
might be a little much.
What if I only have $150 in the last 3 weeks? What am I going to do?
I'm sitting here at like 12 or 13 now.
But you got good roster
record than me, so that's probably smart.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I got rid of Khalil on IR. Sad, but looks like Ethan got a kicker. I got a kicker.
There wasn't anything crazy.
Hayden Hurst, Austin. Defense. Now, interesting move by Travis after his Trevor Lawrence thing. Another quarterback. Right as Deshaun Watson's coming back.
No, Watson's still a few weeks out. He won't come back.
Oh, I thought he was like in a week or two.
No, week 14. That's what I was saying. I had to try to pick him up now because I knew if I waited too long, someone would probably outbid $1. I got to pick people up for $1 right now. I can't afford much more than that.
Yeah, and I mean, is Randall Cobb back?
He's supposed to play this week. They do play tomorrow night, though, so I don't know if that's for sure, but he's supposed to play this week.
Interesting. Philly on that move. Yours truly with a defense move. You know, we love my defensive moves. Ben Skoranek.
Yeah,
probably going to be great.
That is, in my opinion, the best pickup of the week.
Of course, Ethan did it.
Well, yeah. Ethan's just smarter than us.
Well, he's probably going to be the best Rams receiver now.
If Allen Robinson doesn't do something,
I mean, he hasn't all year, and he's been on the field. Skoranek's only been on the field about half the time, and now he's going to get on there more, and he's been doing some stuff.
I need him to do something this week. Okay, but whatever. I don't think there's really anything else to say.
No, it's the trades, and there's a few good, cool pickups, but all in all, normal stuff.
I want to show the standings, but we're running out of time, so we'll start the next episode with that. But we got to get out of here. The timer's about to hit.
All right, boys. Another good one.
6-4.